next. Oops. Book, you should definitely give it a try. 607 pages. Not write. Stop writing. Hi, my name is Shikha and welcome back to the channel. I know I have not posted in a long time, but trust me, this time I am going to be very consistent with this. Fingers crossed. With that, let's dive right into today's topic. Today I am going to talk about all the books from my favorite author, Haruki Murakami. Let's talk about the very first book that is my top most favorite from Haruki Murakami, and that would be without a doubt Norwegian Wood. This was one of the first books that I have ever read, and also one of the first books that I have read from Haruki Murakami. This book is a coming of age romantic drama. It is realistic and the vibe is melancholic. The theme would be for this book is love, loss, and sort of related to mental illness, not exactly, but somewhat. It is also about self-discovery and about how one person overcomes the grief and the death of one's loved ones. So basically, our protagonist in the book, Toru Watanabe, reflects on his college days and on his relationships per se with his best friend and his best friend's girlfriend. If you will ask me to rate the book on the scale of 1 to 5, I will rate this a solid 4.5 stars. Why not complete 5 stars despite being my favorite book is majorly the portrayal of women is slightly sexist. I wouldn't say that it is completely sexist, but it is slightly sexist and is written from a man's perspective. So this is the reason that I'm taking that 1.5 star away. Otherwise, this is a like 10 on 10 book. You should definitely give it a try if you are starting into magical realism or if you are starting into fiction. Kafka on the Shore have two major protagonists in the book. One is Kafka and the other is Nakata. This name Kafka is not the real name of the teenager. This guy is a teenager who, because of critical or complicated family situations, decides to run away from his home to another town. As the storyline, it has how somebody's subconscious can take them into a different dimension, and again magical realism is the main theme of the book. So you need to stop finding logic into Haruki Murakami's book. If you are looking for logic, you should not be reading fiction. So yeah, you should not be looking for logic into Haruki Murakami books, and you should only be accepting the weird world that is the Kafka on the Shore. Next up, we have Sputnik Sweetheart. The book starts with Sumer being a struggling writer. Her family is not very welcoming of the fact that she is like approaching her 30s and still is a struggling writer. Her family wants her to settle down or to find a better career, like there is with every person who is following their passion. And again, a weird turn of events happens. Haruki Murakami, magical realism. So weird turn of events happens and Sumaya decides that she would like to move on another island with her boss. And when she reaches there, she has these nightmares which she is coping with. Her boss come to know about it. By that time, they become very good friends also. So she helps somewhat her to cope with the dreams and all. And then she disappears. Yes, our protagonist disappears right as the end is approaching. And unfortunately, I don't want to give you the spoilers, but this does not end well, but it is worth reading. Some of the scenes in the books are so intriguing that you are forced to rethink about the situation, about the book that you've read so far. You rethink every plot that has been presented to you so far. So these scenes that has been plotted here and there into the book are absolutely mind-boggling. I am literally in love with the situation that is like with the genre that Haruki Murakami follows. Maybe it's just me, maybe you can relate. Let me know in the comment section below, please. Winder Bird Chronicles. Look at that width of the book. 607 pages. Yes, you heard that right. 607 pages, and I managed to get through it. I'm saying this because I literally barely managed to get through it, not because it is a slow read or not because the writing is daunting. It is intriguing. Every page is worth flipping to the next one. Every chapter is worth going to the next one, but 600 pages is a lot. Please do not write, stop writing such long books, or maybe you will write long books and I'll still read it. Well, anyways, it's a domestic tale with surreal magical events happening here and there. And I wouldn't recommend you to start with this book. If you want to start with Haruki Murakami, if you want to read one of his books, do not start with this. You might not be able to make it through the end. So it is not something that you have to read, but if you are a fan of the work like I am, you can, sure. Got this from a book fair, and the title here, it says what I talk about when I talk about running, but it is actually After Dark. There's one girl who is into coma, a long lasting coma, and the family is wondering whether we want to continue with the coma situation, whether we want to let her be in peace and all. But in the meantime, there is her sister who has a faith that she would revive anytime soon. In Haruki Murakami's writing, mostly it is left upon the reader to assume whether you want to assume that it was a dream that was going on, or whether you want to assume that this is really going on. So she is sleeping, another person is watching her, she is observing the situation that somebody is watching her, and she is in sleep, but she can feel that somebody is gazing upon her. And everything in this book is happening during the night hours. This is why the name After Dark. So when it is morning, everything goes back to completely normal, and when it is night, things go bizarre. After the Quack is like, there are three stories, if I'm not wrong, three or four stories. The one that intrigued me the most was the one where the guy is meeting a frog, and the guy is flabbergasted about the fact that a frog, a big giant frog, is talking to him and telling him that please inform everybody else that there is an earthquake going to happen. So not realistic, don't find logic, Haruki Murakami. So about this book, wouldn't say that you have to read it. It is not a must read. The other two stories were okayish, but this one was definitely something that you can pick up if you want a quick read. Thank you so much for watching this far. Let me know if you want me to switch into another language like in Hindi, and are there any books that you'd like me to review next. If you have made this far, consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.